Greetings YouTube, Fuzzfinger here and bringing you another Kingdom Hearts episode today. So please do stick around and join me as we traverse some old familiar places in order to collect some new loot. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please don't forget to hit that like button. Let's get started then with today's episode. If you haven't already, make your way back to the accessories shop here in Traverse Town. You can just go ahead and select warp drive from whatever other location you're coming from, since obviously this is a location we have visited. And first thing we're going to do, I know there's a Trinity on the floor there, we're going to grab that shortly. But first I want to speak to Pinocchio, who's just kind of lolling on the ground over here.
Well, as I live and breathe, if it isn't Pinocchio.
Oh, hi, Jiminy.
What in the world are you doing down here?
Playing hide and seek.
I just don't believe it. And here I was, up all night just worried sick about you. Why, of all the Pinocchio?
Seems like Pinocchio might be up to his old tricks again. So speaking to Pinocchio here actually advances the main story of the game. So better get this conversation over and done with. And it seems that Geppetto, Pinocchio's father / creator, has gone missing. So now we're going to go and access this new Trinity mark here. And the reason I wanted to do this after speaking to Pinocchio is we're actually going to go to a new location. We can climb up this newly pulled down ladder here and see there's a couple of new chests for us to go and grab, which we'll do now, but that's not the main reason we're here. This is actually a brand new store. You can see the Moogles floating all over the place. So as well as the Dalmatians and the Mithril Shard, this is also a synthesis shop. And somewhere else around here there's another item. It's a postcard which we can grab from the wall just there next to the fireplace. And we can just go and talk to the Moogles first of all, and they'll have a few things to teach us. So we need to go and speak to, I guess, this fellow on the desk here. We can use our items to make unusual new items. That sounds exciting. And we'll go and chat to this Moogle down here by the fire. So we get a little bit of a tutorial. By a little bit of a tutorial we get a bit of information on how to actually do it. So you can go ahead if you've got the stock of the materials and create some of this nice stuff here. But I'm not going to for the moment. But look at that, we can actually create an experience earring. Not too shabby. Trying to see if there's a way so we can show you the effects of those. It would be nice, but I don't think that there is. I'm going to assume there isn't. But yeah, synthesis is pretty simple. Just collect the ingredients for the item you want to create, and you will be all good to go. Right, the next thing we're going to do is post the postcard that we just collected. we'll get a nice reward for it. An elixir. The first thing we're going to do today, in terms of where we go to next, is head back over to Merlin's place, because we can actually access some of the 100-acre wood now. So make sure you use the shortcut, which should be available to you, to get to the 3rd district here. And then we can jump across, at least that's the theory, back over to Merlin's place, or Merlin's house, or whatever it is you want to call it. Sora seems to want to refuse to go at the moment. He's like, I will not jump. And I'm like, you will. There we go. And let's head into the Magician's Study. That's the official name for it. And where's that book gone? So we're just over here for the book. Now the way the 100-acre wood works is that the more things, the further we get through the game, the more stuff we can unlock inside this kind of mini-game adventure. So at the moment we can't do a whole lot. We're going to start by heading over to the right hand side of the book here. And we can see there's an empty meadow. So we're going to go ahead and take a peek at what this is about. And we can see that Winnie the Pooh is here. And he's just kind of chilling, as Pooh does, on a log.
Think, 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 think.
So first things first, we're going to approach him for a cutscene.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Just thinking.
Oh,
I was thinking of how to say goodbye to Pooh.
Pooh?
Yes?
Wait a second. You're Pooh?
Yes, I'm Winnie the Pooh. Pooh for short. Who are you?
I'm Sora.
Oh, hello, Sora. Have you come to say goodbye to Pooh, too?
Well, no. Why would I do that? We've only just met.
Because everyone's gone away.
What do you mean?
Well, we all lived here in the 100-acre wood, and we'd take walks together, or play Pooh sticks. And every day, I'd eat some honey. Oh, just one small smackerel would taste very good right now. But now, everyone is gone. All my friends, and my favorite honey tree, too. Everyone must have gone away while I was napping, I think. So, who knows? Maybe I shall end up going away somewhere as well. But I wonder, how do I say goodbye to myself? Think, think, think. Oh, my tumbly is getting rather rumbly.
And since this was our first real visit here to the 100-acre wood, we get a nice introductory cutscene there. And before we leave this area, there's a couple of items we can actually go ahead and nab, including one that's right in the log here. That's a mithril shard. And now we'll go ahead and make our way over to the map. Look at that, we even get a save point. And we can just basically walk around and see what else there is for us to explore here. Let's go ahead and see what this one's about. This is Pooh's house. So this is going to be our next destination. We can ring the bell or we can go inside.
Oh, bother. There's no more honey left. If only the honey tree would visit. Oh, then I could eat my fill.
So we are going to be coming back in here in just a moment. There's one thing we can do first though. We get a bit of a sparkling of information from Owl, who tells us that we need to get the pages to the book. And fortunately we've already collected one of those pages from the last area, which is Acre. So we're going to be putting that to use in a few moments time. But not just yet. Still a couple of bits we can do around Pooh's house. If we head around the back and up onto the roof, we can hit the chimney, and that will actually give us an item that we can loot inside the house itself. A mega ether. And finally, the cabinet at the back here can actually be opened for another item, in this case an elixir. And that's pretty much all we need to do here in Pooh's house. But we can go ahead and put that second page, or that first page rather, to good use. So I'm just going to go ahead and save here. Okay, so all saved up. Something actually I keep meaning to do. Somebody did remind me in the comments of one of the last videos, and I'm grateful to them for doing so. It's just adding some of the spells that we cast often to our shortcuts menu. If we head over to customise here onto Sora, you can see that we've got Fire, Blizzard and Thunder, which I haven't set. The game's done that by default. I'm just going to change those around to some other spells. So Cure is obviously an important one. We're going to stick that on. But I think Gravity as well. And we'll go for Aero. So now when we hold the L1 button down, we can basically cast those spells very quickly without having to go through to the magic menu, selecting them and what have you. So yeah, just a little bit of information that will hopefully help you guys out, because it is very useful. So once you've been to Agrabah and you have the Torn page, which we collected in, I think it was the last episode, you can approach this tree and click read, and we'll take a peek inside this picture or whatever it is. And we've got a bit of a mini game coming up as well, so I know how much you folks love those.
Hello? Is anyone there? Oh, what am I to do? I'm all alone. Pooh! Pooh! Where are you? It's me, Piglet.
So this is Piglet's abode, and we can go and try and catch him. We have to kind of run around until we're able to do so. He's a little bit nervous. There we go.
Oh dear, I was just, never mind. I'm sorry.
Don't be scared. You're looking for Pooh, right?
You know Pooh. Oh, you see, I have something for him. I have to take it to Pooh right away. Oh, Pooh!
Oh, I believe I smell a delicious something. A something like honey.
Pooh!
Hello, Piglet. How have you been?
Oh, I'm so glad to see you. I thought you'd gone away. I brought what you asked for.
Thank you, Piglet. Now I can finally have some honey.
Really? But how?
I shall hold on to the balloon and fly like a bee up the honey tree, see?
But if you take their honey, won't the bees be angry?
Oh,
Okay, so this is where the mini game is about to kick off. And it seems that physics don't matter in the 100 Acre Wood. Winnie the Pooh was just holding the helium-filled balloon then, but wasn't floating. I guess he was missing the sheer willpower he needs to float off. So the mini game is going to involve keeping the bees away from Winnie the Pooh. Now fortunately, the score that you get in this game doesn't really determine the rewards. Well, it doesn't at all. But it's still a good idea, I guess, to try and get a high score. I don't actually think it offers any material value in doing so. Right, so we've pretty much got the lowdown there. Pooh's going to collect the honey. We need to lock onto the bees and hit them. Now the trick with this is not to move, basically. That is seriously the trick. If you lock on, and I've messed this up already, but if you lock on and don't actually move Sora, then by hitting the bees, you should actually make your way safely to the next branch. At least that's the theory. You do actually have to be in range of them, so try and catch them quite quickly. I guess we'll be starting again here. But hopefully I've got this now, third time lucky. Up comes the Pooh Bear. Just try and stay on the same level that Pooh's on. And we'll hit those. And again, just try and stay on the same level. Lock onto those. And as long as you don't move the controller, then Sora should find his own way back to a branch after swinging. See? I can't take the credit for targeting that branch correctly in any way, shape or form because the game did it for me. Oh, this could be bad now. Unfortunately, we did miss that one. Still, we have got a nice 34 points. So we'll see how much more we can get in the next minute. As Pooh tries to continue getting his honey. .48 points there. And again. So that's pretty much all there is to it. That one keeps throwing me off guard though, doesn't it? They come out so quickly. You should be looking to get about 100 points really. But it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case on this occasion. But we got pretty close. That really was my first attempt, by the way.
Yummy in my tummy, but there is room for a bit more.
Regardless of what score you get, you'll collect the nature spark for your reward, which you can go ahead and give to the fairy godmother. Just thought I'd show you on my second attempt here that I've got a nice little rhythm going, and my score has already gone up quite a bit. I did fall near the start actually, but using that rush command really did just help out with that. On this section where the bees fly quite quickly, I'm generally just waiting for them to start moving backwards the other way, there, and then Sora, when he hits them, jumps back onto the branch automatically. As you can see, we've completely obliterated our previous score. On this occasion, might even get over that 200 mark. There we go. So it looks like this is all that's going to be happening for the final 30 seconds. Here's a nice example of a score that you folks can try and beat if you're playing along as well. Again, it doesn't really matter. It's all for fun at the end of the day. But once you get into a nice rhythm, it makes a big difference. I reckon it is possible to get to the 300 mark. As I said, I did actually mess up at the start of this attempt. I didn't get that on the recording. But see what you folks can get. See if you can beat 269. Look at that, we even get an extra cutscene.
It is rather funny what I will do for honey.
So that's basically it for that mini game. So before we can access any other parts of the 100 Acre Wood at this point, we do need to go ahead and let's just get out of this area first. I'm stuck. We do need to go and collect more of the torn pages. So to collect the torn pages, we get one from an upcoming area as part of the story. We actually get 3 from upcoming areas in terms of the story, and then we get another one by handing in half of the Dalmatians. I think we've done about 36 at the moment, so we're not quite there yet. But when you want to leave the map, just click on this compass up here, and then we can select Let's Go. And from here, we're just going to head around to the chariot thingy, and that will release the fairy godmother whom we can speak to and give her another gem. And we learn the spell Bambi. How exciting. So that's it for the mystical house. A couple of bits and bobs that we managed to get done. Don't forget you can just swim out if you don't want to jump at this point. The stepping stones do like to get in the way though. But now we're going to head back to some other areas briefly. Not for a huge amount of time, just a couple of bits we can go and grab with our new Trinity jump ability. So we're going to head back to the gummy ship. I guess we could have just gone from the save point, but not to worry. So the next place we're going to visit briefly, and it is only briefly, is the Olympus Coliseum. And we'll just go to the Coliseum gate, which is of course our only option anyhow. Right, so first thing we're going to do is actually just add Blizzard to customise here. It does have to be Blizzard.
Deep freeze.
And we can put out these torches.
See ya.
With our Blizzard spell. We want to put them all out.
Freeze.
You might end up having to use an ether depending on how much MP you have.
Deep freeze.
So try not to miss,
Deep freeze.
if at all possible. So we've got 3 more to do here.
See ya.
Check we've got all the others.
Deep freeze. Deep freeze.
And with that done, a chest is made available to us, which you can see over by the walls here. And that contains another item for us to add to the repertoire of items. And there is a Trinity point, though it's not that one. But there is one for us. Just have a look around for it. Might be around on this side. There it is. I knew there was another one that we couldn't access before, but now we can. And for that we get a mithril piece. And in fact that's all there is to do in the Olympus Coliseum for now. So next off is... where's this? Wonderland? Yeah, we'll go to Wonderland. There's at least 2 more Trinities for us to go and grab here. For 2 more items, so we'll go and pick those up. And we're going to select the rabbit hole as our landing destination. And we can see straight away there's another Trinity mark here. So we make our ladder formation. And we get an elixir for that one. Then we're going to follow around into the bizarre room. And first thing we need to do is drink the potion that shrinks us. And then we can make our way into the actual chimney for another Trinity ladder. After killing the enemies, that is. Oh, I thought I killed them all and more spawn. Fortunately though, we're quite strong now as a team, aren't we, as a party? And they're going down much quicker now, in this area at least. Although they certainly make up for it in their sheer numbers. Even Goofy and Donald are actually helping out with the damage here. So we'll go and grab this Trinity before leaving this place. And opening the chest gives us Mithril Shard. And with that done, we can basically make our way back to the gummy ship, which we can do from the rabbit hole here. And then we're going to head back over to the deep jungle, the final area we're going to be revisiting in today's episode. Once you've reached the deep jungle, you're going to want to disembark at the jungle tunnel area here. And we want to basically start climbing until we reach the treetop. And we should start finding another Trinity mark. There it is, look. Right in this area. A bit camouflaged, I guess, because of the green ground. So we're going to get a bunch of orbs, which I guess aren't that useful. But the Mithril Shard is always welcome. And I just collect them to satisfy my OCD here. And we can head back now to the gummy ship. That's all we needed to collect from the deep jungle. And in fact, as I said, that's the final area in terms of today's episode. We're going to be moving on to the next area as far as the story is concerned next time. Brand new area. So please do come back and join me for that, guys. But that's it for today. So thanks for popping along. And I'll see you soon for more Kingdom Hearts. Take care all. Bye for now.